What's up? We should be live now. We should be live. Are we live? Okay. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Had some things that happened right before I went on, so hashtag mom life, whatever. Today, guys, I have something really exciting that we're going to be talking about. We are going to be talking about BlackOxygen Organics. Thank you so much, Joe, and everybody, Fred, everybody that's been waiting for me. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I apologize. Life happened. Today, we get to discuss what happened with BlackOxygen Organics. Now, I did a little video on this around Halloween where I was going to just kind of do an intro to the company, and I thought I'd have more time. I really did. I wanted to make fun of it for several weeks, but apparently we just got to get into this right now and what's going on, because if you have not heard, they have now actually shut down. So today we're going to be looking at it. We're going to be talking about all of the issues that they've had that has led up to this shutdown, why I think that they've decided to shut down. And I also want to hear from you guys about what I have to say about it, because I got some, I'm thinking I know what they're trying to do, but maybe you guys have some more ideas, or you don't agree with me, or you have another idea, and I'd love to hear that. So for those that do not know much about our lovely company, which we have been calling Boo, which is why I did around Halloween. I was like, it'll be a good time to do this one around Halloween, like boo, ha, scared, anyway. So Boo is a company that says that they sell health and wellness supplements. But the one thing that you should know about Boo is that they sell mud.
I was stuck in the mud in a bunch of trouble, muddy from my head to my toes. I squished and squelched in this giant puddle, no way that I could go. Just then a tall giraffe tried to pull me out. It was crazy, it was crazy. She stuck out her neck and she pulled and pulled, but she got stuck there too. We were two in the mud in a bunch of trouble, muddy from our head to our toes. We squished and squelched in this giant puddle, no way that we could go. Just then an elephant tried to pull us out. It was crazy, it was crazy. He reached out his trunk and he pulled and pulled, but he got stuck there too. We were three in the mud in a bunch of trouble, muddy from our head to our toes. We squished and squelched in this giant puddle, no way that we could go.
All over my clothes, coming out my nose, oozing up through my toes. Yeah. Well, I always end up in the Lord, I can't get enough of that. Well, my first love.
They sell mud. I don't know how else to put it. You look into it, they sell freaking mud. So how are they selling the mud? We talked about it a little bit, but let's just look at a few posts just for fun, just so that I can read in my Hunbot voice, all right? Just because it will be fun for us. I know I'm not the world's greatest streamer. I apologize. I know I'm bad. So this is an example of one of the posts that you might have been seeing them do. It says, I did my first Boo foot soak this morning. I added the grounding wire from my earthing sheets to the water. Earthing sheets? Like, okay. I felt floods of energy, discharge, and immense calm. I organically began breathing from my belly rather than my chest. Deep breathing. All tightness in my, but I can't say that word. I'm very sorry. But she's talking about her inner groin and lower back, okay? Release, and it felt like an electrical waterfall flushing through me. Okay. I was so relaxed, my mouth started hanging open, lol. I did not see parasites yet, but I also didn't check really well. But I highly recommended adding a grounding wire to your bath or foot bath. So yes, you heard this correctly. She is giving herself a foot bath, and she actually thought that when she put her feet in the bath, she would see the parasites leaving her body. Now, parasites. This company, by the way, is all about the parasites. Okay? I don't know why. What just happened? What just happened, computer? Why are you doing me like this? I don't know why they're like so dead about it, guys. That's me and my husband on my honeymoon. Aren't we cute? I think so. But they're all about the parasites, okay? So everything's about the parasites. So we have parasites coat their bodies in heavy metals, all right? Their whole thing, everyone has them. To protect themselves from the immune system. The immune system cannot attack metals and destroy them, so it inadvertently attacks surrounding cells and tissues, autoimmune disease. So remember that one of the things this company is claiming is that they help remove heavy metals, toxic metals from your body, okay? And they're also claiming that they help with autoimmune disease. Just remember that. When parasites die off, the heavy metals are released, as well as toxins from the parasites themselves. I mean, they're parasites. Of course, they have toxins, which can cause a fungal overgrowth, as well as further impair the immune system, which is bad because, again, they are marketing this to people with autoimmune disease, which scares the crap out of me. This provides the parasite's offspring with a more favorable environment to reproduce, and the cycle continues because, again, we're just full of parasites, right? Symptoms of a parasite infection include an itchy back door at night, okay? Nutrient deficiencies, disrupted brain function, which I'm just going to say, I think all the Huns in this MLM might have that. I'll throw it out there. Mood swings, poor memory, fatigue, muscle weakness, disrupted gut health. And for those, I'm going to do a whole video just on my thoughts about the whole like gut health industry. We'll get into that. For those that don't know, the whole gut health thing, it's usually a scammy buzzword that these companies use to sell their crap. And poor emotional regulation, which I would think would also be mood swings, but okay, if you want to separate them, cool. Boo! Scary MLM. Safely removes heavy metals while nourishing surrounding cells so that the body has a better chance at dealing with parasite infections. Because, well, you don't want a parasite infection. That would be freaking awful now, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? So, this company claims to do all that. They're known for doing those posts. Another post, all right, that they got kind of called out for a lot was this post where they actually put a full video testimonial on their YouTube channel, and someone got a screenshot of the description. And this is what it says. David Maldonado, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, tested positive for COVID in April 2021. And the quarantine left him with many side effects. He was fatigued, had a foggy mind, and was anxious and depressed. He felt like a shell of himself at work, not being able to be coherent at work. He wasn't able to be present with his family. He was taking all the right vitamins to get to a place where he could feel like himself, which, by the way, vitamins do not cure COVID. We actually don't have a cure for COVID at all. So if anything out here is saying that it's going to help cure COVID, it's not, okay? There is no cure. But nothing was helping because, again, no cure. Vitamins don't take away COVID. Who knew? David's wife, gotta love us wives, did a lot of research. And a friend found BlackOxygen. And within 24 hours of taking the product, he felt normal. He was playing with his kids, had loads of energy, could think clearly, and didn't have any more anxiety and depression. BlackOxygen just cures your depression, guys. I mean, I've been suffering with that since childhood. All I had to do was go outside and drink some mud and I would have been cured. Fuck me, huh? He feels like a new man. So they are making some real big claims, as you can see, with their mud. Because again, we're selling mud here. So one of the things that I wanted to look into that I did not really get into in my intro video that I did around Halloween, because to me, that was just like a little intro into the company. We were just kind of poking some fun at it, looking at, a little bit of it. I didn't even really fully drop that it was selling mud and didn't even get to meme that yet. It's how early I was in this. But one of the things I was trying to find was, where is he getting the mud from? All right. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, I'm wearing a shirt of it. I'm in Ottawa. I'm from Kingston, Ontario. So I have lived in Eastern Ontario my entire life, all 35 years. I'm an old bitch. I'm sorry. So I'm over here like, I should know. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear to God that I had read that St. Ange here. So for those that maybe didn't see my first video, Mark St. Ange, as you see, he's the CEO of Boo.
Searched different bogs across Canada, and I went from Kapuskasing, Northern Ontario, to Rivière-du-Loup in Eastern Quebec.
So he talks, as you see right here, standing in the bog. He's talking about how he searched all over. He went up to Northern Ontario, went up to Eastern Quebec, researched everywhere, and he finally found a bog, okay, in Eastern Ontario. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn, and I couldn't find it again. I'm really sorry, guys. But I could have sworn that when I was researching him, I read that he came from around the Ottawa area, which is where I am, like not too far from it. So I was kind of like, I wonder where he's getting it from, what bog he is getting it from. So, I'm looking at this. Now, I don't know. I don't know. Because as you see, it says that he's been exploiting this for nearly 30 years, a bog in Eastern Ontario. So Eastern Ontario, and it comes from an old valley floor, and it has a high concentration of humic and fulvic acids, which is why he chose this bog. So I did a little bit of digging. I'm not sure, okay, if you guys know that it's a different bog, let me know. But the only place that I could really find that was in Eastern Ontario that looked like where he's standing here. It kind of looks like it and would actually be large enough and have enough humeric and fulvic acid that he would probably be able to use it, was this bog here, which is the Alfred bog. Okay. So It's one of the larger ones that we have in this area, which is why I'm guessing it might be the one that he's using, because I'm thinking if you're going to use a bog to make your products, you would hopefully choose one that has a lot of it, and then you're not like using all the resources just for your product as well. You would hope they would think about like the environment, and you would hope. I mean, MLMs don't usually, but it's a nice hope. So I'm thinking, okay, this might be it. Now, the one thing though about this bog, unfortunately, is that it is also, along with having high humeric and fulvic acid, which is what he uses for his products, and we're going to get into that a little bit too, because it caused some issues, is that this also has a lot of peat that has arsenic because of how it was used for a railway and other things. There's a lot that went on in that area, and apparently it also has a high area of arsenic. So one of the things that they're actually getting in trouble for is that. And we're going to get into that, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here, because we went through those posts, and those posts showed us, Joe, you're not old, be quiet. Oh yeah, they do tell them to mix it in their coffee. Mix it in water, put it in your coffee, drink it any way you can, bathe in it is a big thing. They do like these mud baths. So they're rubbing it everywhere. They're ingesting it, all that. One of the things though that happened with this company, because I got a little bit ahead of myself, I got a little bit excited talking about the bog, okay, is that they got in trouble with Health Canada, okay? So Health Canada came and was like, listen, boo, you're doing some crap that we just don't agree with at all. So in September, this company actually had a recall. Now, I was going to do a video on this, but, you know, since I'm here now, I'm just going to play a clip of the area I was going to put in my video, because I already had recorded it and edited it, because I don't know. I'm quick, I guess. Where we're going to talk about the recall and also some extra info about the fulvic acid, because it's very important to know this information, since this is what they are using to sell their product. The fact that it has high fulvic acid levels, and then it has all these magical things that it does, right? But it's because of the high fulvic acid levels that it does all these great magical things. So this will explain that a little bit more, and it will also talk about how Health Canada, after some of these posts were made, after some people reported them for the COVID post and starting to do some medical claims, Health Canada looked into them, and then all this happened. All of this happened. On September 23rd, 2021, we got news in Ottawa that the BlackOxygen Organics was having a recall of their fulvic acid tablets and powder due to potential health risks. These are the products here that were recalled. So you can see it is their powder and their tablets. BlackOxygen Organics is recalling all lots of these products due to potential health risks, which may be higher for children, adolescents, and pregnant or breastfeeding women. The products are being promoted in ways and for uses that have not been evaluated and authorized by Health Canada. They told everyone to stop taking the products because the products were being marketed as fulvic acid supplements, but the use and the quantity of the fulvic acid provided by the products has not been evaluated or even authorized by Health Canada. They said that there's limited information that supports the safety of fulvic acid when consumed at the quantities that were found in the BlackOxygen Organic products, especially by children and adolescents and by pregnant or breastfeeding women. The safety of long-term use is also unknown. They're also worried about how the powder product was being marketed for use on the skin. People were bathing with them like having a mud bath. That has not been evaluated by Health Canada either. So the company stopped sale and recalled all of those products. They told everyone to stop taking the products and to report any health product related side effects or complaints to Health Canada. Here in Canada, there is a little bit more regulation on the natural health products. We have the Natural and Non-Prescription Health Products Directorate, NNHPD, and it mandates the oversight of non-prescription and disinfectant drugs in addition to natural health products. As of January 1st, 2004, all natural health products sold in Canada had to meet all of the natural health products regulations. That way, they could assure that they were all safe, effective, and of high quality. To be legally sold in Canada, all natural health products must have a product license, and the Canadian sites that manufacture, package, label, and import these products must have site licenses. Of course, there are a whole bunch of licensing requirements that have to be met in order for them to get the license, including labeling of the products, which includes putting any cautionary statements, warnings, or contraindications and possible adverse reactions associated with the product on the actual label. It is said that this company did not do that. They also need to have adverse reaction reporting, and they even need to go through clinical trials. Because Boo did not go through all of these regulations and do all of the clinical trials, do all the reaction reporting, etc., they then got caught by Health Canada for selling these products with too high a dose of fulvic acid. So now let's quickly talk about how much you should be taking. So fulvic acid is a group of chemicals formed when plants and animals break down. It is found in the humus, organic matter, part of soil and peat, and is also found in streams and lakes. Boo claims to have a very exclusive supply of this. People use this for conditions such as allergies, eczema, cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and others. But, of course, there is no good scientific evidence to support these uses, and Boo did not provide any, by the way. How does it work? It might block reactions in the body that cause allergy symptoms. It might also interrupt steps involved in the worsening of brain disorders such as Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, fulvic acid might reduce swelling and prevent or slow the growth of cancer. The issue with providing fulvic acid in these products and being distributed by an MLM company is that the appropriate dose of fulvic acid depends on several factors, such as the user's age, health, and several other conditions. At this time, there's not enough scientific information to determine an appropriate range of doses fulvic acid in children or even in adults. Now, knowing how the MLM companies work, it is safe to say that this can be very dangerous for people that have no background in homeopathy, no background in medical, no background in how to properly assess the dose of fulvic acid for each person. And the people that made this company apparently don't either, because they put way too much in there. It says here that you need to keep in mind that natural products are not always necessarily safe, and doses can be important. Be sure to follow relevant directions on product labels, which we know they didn't really have, and consult your pharmacist or physician or other healthcare professional before using. And it worries me because we know for a fact that not all of the Huns and Brobots tell people to consult with a physician before they sell them the product. And because there's so many factors that go into how much of a dose each person should take, this can be very dangerous. Another thing that really worries me with these products is that there are several medications that slow blood clotting that can interact with fulvic acid. Some of them are things that people take all the time, like aspirin, ibuprofen, like Advil, Motrin, naproxen. These are medications that people often take. So this can actually react badly with those medications. Again, we have to be careful of this. Blood clotting can be very serious. So can slowing blood clotting. There's also medications that decrease the immune system that interact with fulvic acid. So fulvic acid can actually stimulate the immune system. So it can, in theory, decrease the effects of medications that decrease the immune system. Another funny thing about Boo is that they promise that their products can help people lose weight. However, the thyroid hormone actually interacts with fulvic acid. For those of you that aren't aware, your thyroid has a lot to do with your weight. About half of the people that are overweight are actually overweight because they have a thyroid issue. So this made me raise my eyebrow a bit. It says that in theory, taking fulvic acid with thyroid hormone might interfere with therapy to make thyroid function normal. So people receiving these thyroid hormones should use fulvic acid cautiously. Because of all of these things, Health Canada decided that since Boo was not properly regulated by them and did not go through all the proper labeling, testing, etc., that it should be removed from the market. I will, of course, be leaving the links to everything I talk about in the description at the end of the stream, so make sure to check back later.
Yeah, I had to like edit it and be like, at the end of the stream, not the video. So all of that, I know that was a lot of information to take in. Your wife has thyroid issues. See, and that's the thing, is that a lot of people actually have thyroid issues. And I highly doubt, based on everything I know about MLMs and having worked for Health and Wellness One for several months myself, that they're asking people. This is what worries me, right? When just normal, everyday people with no training in any of this are out here selling these things. You're not asking people as a hun every single time you're trying to make a sale, hey, by the way, do you have an issue with your thyroid? Do you have an issue with ABCD? Are you taking aspirin ever? Do you take Motrin for that time of the month? That's something a lot of women take every single month for that time of the month. So when you're thinking of all that, and then you look into how badly the fulvic acid actually interacts with all that, it really, really horrifies me. And then you can kind of understand why Health Canada got on their case and was like, listen, this is a high amount of fulvic acid. So far, we have this company that's been going for several years now, trying to sell mud, claiming that the mud will remove your toxins, fix your gut health. It can cure basically whatever is going on at the time, right? Because COVID, all of a sudden, it helped with. No cure for COVID. Just going to put that in there for the YouTube gods. There's no cure for COVID. Don't shadow ban me, please. So you have this company that's doing all that. They make these claims. Of course, our community, by the way, it was mainly our anti-MLM community that was like, yo, false medical claims. Don't be making those. Report. They reported them. Health Canada, since the main headquarters of this company is in Canada, all right, it's a Canadian MLM, even though it does have a headquarters in Georgia. It has another headquarters somewhere else in the state. There's a few of them, the main headquarters where it began is Canadian. So Health Canada, and Canada is technically the company that would have to come and kind of nail them to the wall, right? So they did. They went to them, they looked at those two products, and they said, listen, you have to recall that. Too much fulvic acid, no research. We've never even heard of you, really. They didn't go through the proper licensing and whatnot. Not, none of the stuff that they did to set up as a company was done correctly. So we have all that going on. Recall happens in September. By November, okay, beginning of November now, this company is being sued, okay? So we have a lawsuit, and this lawsuit is actually quite big. It's quite big. As you can see, there are several people named as the plaintiffs, and they are suing BlackOxygen Organics along with Mark St. Onge and Carlo Garibaldi, who are like the heads of the company. Mark is the like founder, CEO dude. Carlo is like the top guy. All right. So you would think, now the funny thing about this is I was like, okay, so they're probably being sued because of all their crazy claims. Like we saw, they make some crazy claims that these things take out parasites, take out all your toxins, helps you with gut health, which then helps you lose weight, which then helps you cure depression and blah, 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 blah. So we have all this going on. I'm thinking that's probably what they're being sued for. Of course it is. And then I'm like, oh, probably the fulvic acid, but no. Of course, this company got dug into more. And yes, they found out that they are actually using unsafe levels of toxic heavy metals in their products. So it's a completely different issue. So we have Health Canada over here getting mad at them for the fulvic acid and all that stuff. And then we have these guys now being like, oh, and by the way, there's also arsenic. Yeah. And other real dangerous stuff in it. And then also all the false claims that they made. So we have about 9 people that are suing them, okay? And they all bought the products, okay? A lot of them also were Huns for the company. Not all of them. All of them believed in these products, okay? Several of them also sold them. So the issue here is that they're saying that BlackOxygen Organics lies about what its products does. So here's the facts. I feel like if I just sat here, guys, and read through the entire lawsuit, you'd be bored as hell. So let's just go through the main points. And as soon as I'm done this, I'm going to put all the links down there. If you guys want to come and read through the entire thing, go for it. It's kind of an interesting read. I've read through the whole thing. It's interesting. So, of course, they're saying that they extract mud from a bog that claims it's rich in fulvic acid, which our bogs here would be. I don't think they're lying about the fact it's rich in fulvic acid. It's what they're lying about is how much of it you should be taking and putting on yourself, which is an issue with these health and wellness companies, right? They're really bad about giving people doses, even with the essential oil companies, when they tell you to put it all over you. Like, people OD on essential oils because of MLMs all of the time. It's very common. So it's just like MLMs are just very bad at giving people a dosage that's safe for them. I think it's safe to say we should never trust the dosing of an MLM. And that's scary. Scary stuff to me. That's maybe why they call themselves Boo. Who knows? So they will even say that they dry the mud. Now, this is the part that made me laugh. Throughout this entire document, the plaintiffs in the document are referring to their products as mud the entire time. So then they're referring to the products as mud as well. It's great. It's like we actually finally have proof that they know that all they're selling is mud. It's a beautiful thing. So the specific products that they're being sued for are the same products that Health Canada had them recall. But if you remember, Health Canada was more about the fulvic acid and the false claims, whereas these guys are also going to bring up some more issues, right? So, of course, these products, like I said, you're supposed to be eating them, rubbing them on you, taking baths with them. They have douching. Yep, you see that there too? You douche with it, okay? When I said you put this thing all over you and in you, I was not lying. You do it everywhere. So then they get into basically what I just explained in my short little clip, which is why I felt like it was important for me to put that in the stream, was they talk about basically how fulvic acid can have some benefits if taken in small amounts. This is like a lot of these things, right? Things are safe for you if taken in small doses, which again makes the dosing that these companies give so much more important. Because like I said, small doses, okay, but these companies will be like, douche with them as you're rubbing them on yourself and drinking them out of a flask. And it's just too much. So again, fulvic acid has been proven in very small amounts that it can help with some things. Like I said, they had a whole list of things that it could be okay for, can help with, aid with, but again, in teeny tiny amounts, not douching with it while you're bathing in it and drinking it, and then you're washing your hands with it when you get out of the tub. Okay, that's way too much. Just don't do that. Then they get into how it actually has magical healing properties for a variety of ailments. Like I said, they even brought up COVID. It apparently can cure anything. Now, these products, they could not find anything, of course, that actually proves that these products do what the company claims, which even includes increasing your athletic performance. This company actually did claim, like, think of something that you could claim these products could help with, and this company has probably claimed it. The mud helps with everything. Like I said, if I knew all I needed to do to cure my mental health was go and jump in a mud puddle, I would have done it as a child. I don't know what I've been doing out here for years with counseling. How dare I? So the scary part we get into, again, one of the issues they also have is they're marketing this to children, pregnant and nursing women, which again, as you heard in my short clip, fulvic acid should not be taken, especially in high doses, by children, and especially people that are pregnant or nursing. It can be harmful for children, babies, people in your utero. Okay, don't do that. But they actually market it. All right, they have ads of pregnant women rubbing this on themselves. So that's scary to me. That horrifies me. It scares me when these companies put people at risk like this. So then it talks about how it associates from that Moose Creek bog. Okay. Now we get into, they tested it, and it actually contains dangerously high levels of toxic heavy metals. They say that it's an organic ingredient free of harmful toxins, contaminants, or chemicals. And remember, this product is supposed to help you detox the toxins and heavy metals, like in that clip that said, We will help you detox. When I read that post, she was waiting for the parasites in the tub. The heavy metals were leaving her body and giving her a euphoric feeling while it was happening. What a mud bath that must have been. So they're sitting here, they're telling people that these products will help remove heavy toxins, heavy metals, all that stuff. And it actually has dangerously high levels of it in the product people are taking to remove it. I can't make this shit up. This is what this company did, okay? This is what they did. So, of course, the main issue is that if people had known that these products contain these toxic levels of heavy metals, wouldn't have been buying them, especially, like I said, since they market it saying that it helps with that exact issue and removing them. So they're saying that they're entitled to damages from the company because they purchased these products. They went out there and told other people to buy the products, promoted them, etc., etc. So they're hoping that this lawsuit would wake them up, I guess. I think Health Canada and these guys, their plan was to at least get the company to go through all the right things it has to go through. All right? Because even in Georgia, as you see here, there is a Georgia Food Act. So here in Canada, like you learned, we have a whole like supplement. We regulate that stuff a little bit. This would be apparently under the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act in the U.S. So that's how the U.S. goes after them, okay, is using that act. So technically, by that act, these people would also in the U.S. have to then, as a company, test their products, go through all this stuff to prove that, you know, there's not these high toxic levels of heavy metals in them and that they do what they claim they do. Okay, you're not allowed. It's illegal everywhere in Canada, the US, the UK, Australia. It's illegal everywhere to misrepresent what your product does in order to sell it. So if you were to take away that, would you still be able to sell your product? You know what I mean? No. No, they wouldn't. If they were to sell the product as it really is, no one would buy it. So that's kind of what they base it on. So they're saying that because the company lied about all that and has not gone through the proper procedures, either in the US with this act, the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, in Georgia, it's specific to Georgia. These guys that are suing are in Georgia, that they have suffered economic harm, including the loss of money, because they obviously bought this product hoping that it would do the things that they said it would do. So they're being charged or sued, basically for negligence. They negligently did not tell people about the toxins in their products. They ignored the fact that they were lying about everything that it does, okay, and probably mismarketed. And they failed to disclose any of the harms. Because if you remember, Health Canada also says that if people have bad side effects from a product while you're like manufacturing it, trying to get it out on the market as a company, you have to report that. And as a company, why would you want to sell a product that you know is harming people, right? That makes no sense. You would think that if you distribute a product and someone has an adverse effect from it, that you would then want to take it back to the lab, be like, how do we make this better? How do we make it so that, you know, people aren't, so that it's safe for human consumption, which these are not, by the way. They've pretty much decided that these products, not safe to put on you, not safe to drink, not safe to bathe in, and definitely don't douche with it, okay? Just don't. And especially don't give it to your kids and don't use if pregnant or breastfeeding. they've decided this. They've looked into it. Too many toxin, heavy metals, too much. So these guys have to then care about that. You would think they would be like, oh, okay, let's take it back to the lab, fix it up so we can sell it fine and it works out for everyone. But instead, they just kind of ignored it, never reported anything, and just kind of kept pumping out the product and claiming that it does all these amazing things just based off of the tiny information that we looked into on how the fulvic acid helps people, which, as you also saw, also explains that there's not enough scientific or medical research into that. And it also needs to be taken in very small levels, and your physician should be watching you the entire time, which again, we know the MLMs don't always promote that. So they're being sued in Georgia for this, and they got Health Canada on their behinds over here for it. Now, they're also suing for like mismarketing, knowingly mismarketing. And the funny thing about this is when I first heard about this, okay, I'm thinking in my head, like, they're just trying to regulate them. But then I started to think a little bit more. And I was like, okay, well, if they were just trying to regulate them, you know, then they wouldn't have asked for this. So the punitive damages is that they're saying that the defendant's conduct raises the presumption of a conscious indifference to the consequences of its actions. So they don't give a crap. They don't care. They have reckless conduct, and they want to be paid back by the company. They want a trial by jury for all of the claims. So then I was like, no, these guys actually mean fucking business. They're not just trying to get them to like wake up and fix it. They really did some research here. This tells me that the people that put this document together and the lawyer that's suing them and etc. have actually really done their research on these products, and they're very, very harmful. They need to be taken off the market. Now, the next thing that happened was a few weeks later. And gotta try some mud, greedy. You called Freddie greedy. Oh, poor Freddie. No, that's not good. Or St. Ange's greedy. You could call him greedy. So this happens, right? So we got Health Canada mad at them, recall. Within a couple months, we have this lawsuit come. Within days of this lawsuit. All right. This happens.
Hi. It is with a heavy heart that we must announce the immediate closing of BlackOxygen Organics. Over the past 4 years, we have strived to supply you with natural organic products that we believe in and still have an amazing passion for. Unfortunately, the recent turn of events have forced us to make a very difficult decision, as continuing to push forward is no longer an option. I would like to thank you for all you have contributed to make BlackOxygen Organics a company and product line that had such an amazing impact on so many lives around the world. Even though this notice comes at the worst of timing, please understand that we work through every possible option to remain viable and continue supplying products to our dedicated brand partners and customers. We wish you all the best and thank you for your support. Carlo and Mark from BlackOxygen Organics.
Yeah. I'm not sad. They shut down. Now, that's hilarious to me. All right? That's hilarious to me. The MLM selling mud, lying to everyone to take their money and make them drink mud and bathe in it and douche in it, which I don't know about that. I hope nobody did that. Just saying. I don't want to hear about anybody douching with mud. That just alone sounds dangerous. Don't do it. They shut down. So then I was like, what are they doing? Well, here's the part that scares me. I really want your opinion on this. I just want to finish up. I just want to show you something real quick. And then I want your opinion on something that's been bothering me since this shutdown notice came out. So right here, I found, all right, that the case stresses that although most organic products contain trace amounts of heavy metals, such as arsenic, lead, and cadmium, the amounts found in BlackOxygen products are unacceptable. Unacceptable. Completely harmful. So honestly, this company is lucky that with everything that they've done so far and with this information we're looking at up here, that they're not sued for actually really harming someone. Now, I haven't found anyone that was actually harmed by this company yet. I really hope that we never do. If you know of anyone out there, people that watch the replay afterwards, or anyone out there in the stream, if you know of anyone that has been harmed by this, please let me know. Maybe we can get them in on that lawsuit. But this could really have harmed someone, especially when you think that they're marketing it to children and they're marketing it to women that are pregnant and breastfeeding. So all that being said, they're actually just really freaking lucky, guys, that they didn't end up getting sued worse for really harming someone. But then I started thinking, and this is the part that scares me, that I want everyone's opinion on. And this is kind of why I wanted to do this in a stream, because I really do want everyone's opinion on this. So here's what I started thinking. Because I was like, are they dumb enough to really think that if they just shut the doors, that maybe the lawsuit won't go through and like Health Canada can't come after them? Because here's the thing. Health Canada is still on their case. All right. They were still selling other stuff. Okay. It wasn't just that, like, those two products that they were selling. They, like, I did the video on it. You can go see. There was a few other things that they were selling as well that were similar, made with like the same stuff, but it wasn't just those two products. So they were still selling other stuff in the meantime. So I'm like, did this company shut its doors because it was like, maybe if I shut our doors, then the lawsuit will disappear and Health Canada will get off my ass. And so will the Georgia food and drug place, right? Are they dumb enough to think that? So at first I thought that. I was like, are they really that dumb? Like they just thought that the lawsuit, just like they shut their doors and it just disappears? Because that doesn't happen. Whether or not they shut their doors, they're still getting sued by these people, okay? That doesn't change anything. It's just now they don't have a company while they're getting sued. Only difference. Then I started thinking and I was like, oh, wait a minute. What if they're being sneaky? Now, here's what I need everyone to look out for is what Freddie just said. Oh, Freddie. I expect them to rebrand and reopen under new name. Now, if you remember, they were called something else before. They were Boo. Okay, so we had that. I started thinking that along with them trying to save their personal assets, with yes, Joe's correct on, here's the thing. If they stayed open in Health Canada and Georgia then got them and shit, because they know that they're selling products that is mud and has high toxic levels of heavy metals. They know this. don't tell me they don't know this. Okay. They know what they're doing. They know they're lying to people. Even the lawsuit is like pretty damn sure they're lying, because what it looks like to me is it looks like there was no way for these products to be made in the way that they were made where they wouldn't have known that. Like, they're not diluting things enough. They're not, do you get what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, there's no way that they don't know that it's dangerous. If they get in trouble, right, and Health Canada and the FTC, for example, come and they're like, listen, guys, shut your doors. They're done. They're done. It'll be a lot harder for Mark St. Onge also to then rebrand as new business, right? But if they shut their own doors right now, right, they still get to keep their assets and whatnot until they get sued, and then we'll see how that goes. But if they shut down their doors first before they get shut down, then they can rebrand. And technically, they would know now, and this is the part that scares me a bit, is maybe they weren't 100% aware of the whole process and what it took to sell these products, what they had to go through with Health Canada and all that. Now they know. So my fear is that they're going to get smarter. They're going to come back out here, and now they're going to know how to kind of like screw with the Health Canada and the FTC and the FDA more, and, you know, the FDA in Georgia, all that, so that they can then kind of pass the products. They still won't be safe. It'll still be very similar, but they'll be able to at least mess around with it enough that they can then just barely pass it. We've seen that happen with products before, right? Where the product is not the safest thing, but again, supplements, although they are kind of regulated, still not regulated like drugs and food are. Still not, even here in Canada, although apparently we regulate them better than the US, we still don't regulate them as well as that. So we've seen it. There's been lots of supplements out here. I mean, It Works went through the whole regulating with Health Canada thing, and just saying. So they can like come back, do that, and since they shut down their doors, they can just reopen them. Because my other thing, and I was talking to my husband about this today when we were talking about it before the stream, I was like, it's weird to me that they would want to shut down their doors when they're getting sued, because to me, it also shows that they know. They know what they're doing. Otherwise, you know, it shows defeat. They're like, okay, you got us. Yeah, we lied about magical mud. I'm sorry. We'll shut down. You know, I was like, don't they need some money coming in to like pay off this lawsuit? Because I'm thinking this lawsuit, it's going to be a big one. Especially now that they've shut down. Because I feel like now that people could go in there and be like, yeah, and they shut down. Because even they know they're crap. So I just want to hear what everyone has to say about that. What do you all think about Boo? What do you think about Health Canada and the recall that happened? About the lawsuit? Again, at the end of this, I'm going to leave all of the links down below. Give me like an hour just to gather them all and put them in there. They'll be in there by the end of today, I promise. I might have to get ready and go pick up my kiddo. My kid finishes school early. She's on a special schedule with her autism, so she only goes to school until 1. It's too much for her to go for the whole day, so we go get her at 1. So I might have to like run and do that all because I have to go to the store and stuff too, I think. And then I might have to put them in after. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud again. So that, then I'll put them in. But I do want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that, you know, they're going to come back? Do you think that they're trying to beat the system? Do you think, yes, see, and that's another thing. Rebranding allows the reorganization of finances, such as new loans, new donors, new people that don't know what's going on. And that's, like I said, that's kind of what Mark St. Onge did with the BlackOxygen Organics, right? Because it used to be called something else. And so he's already kind of done that once. I'm like, what if he's just doing that again? But now he's going to come back smarter because he knows all the steps,
So I'm just worried. I'm worried. So I guess we're going to have to keep an eye out on this lawsuit. Once it goes through and it's all done, which it could be a couple years, guys. Let's be honest. These things can take time, especially with what's going on in our world right now. We will keep track of it. I'll let you know how it goes as soon as we know. And I'm going to be also looking into the Health Canada stuff, keeping track of that, making sure that, you know, because Health Canada can still do a claim on them, like I said. And I'm wondering if now that this lawsuit went down and they shut down, if they will, because they've done that before with companies. Like I said, shutting down kind of shows defeat. I don't know. I was surprised when they did it. Let me know how you guys took the news. Laura B did an amazing little short about it, and Joe came, and a couple other people too messaged me. They were like, "Bill shut down. It was just announced by Laura." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's so funny." Because why? Why would they do that? So I wanted to come on here. I wanted to finish talking about it since it's apparently gone now, but it might not be. So keep your eye out. Keep your eye out for Mark St. Onge in future. He might pop up with something else, okay? This is like the second one already, so just I'm watching you, Mark. I'm watching you, bro. I'm watching you. I'll be coming out here selling dry dirt next time. I don't know. I was trying to think of something clever, and I'm getting tired now. Okay, I've been streaming for now. Please do like this, because, well, soon you won't be able to dislike it. So maybe dislike it just so you can use that button before YouTube takes it away. I don't know. Does it matter if they're taking it away anyway? Who knows? Subscribe if you have not subscribed and you're watching this and you're not subscribed to me. Please subscribe. Think about joining my members. If you have not joined my members, please do. I have a few tiers over there. You could get some extra stuff. You get extra content. You get early content. It's fun over there. We're going to have a good time. And yeah, let me know what you think about this, what you think is going to happen with the lawsuit. And no matter where you are or what you're doing, I hope that you're having a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous Friday. Tomorrow I have a new type of video coming out. It's going to be a story time video. It is going to be a story time video about my last relationship. I'm a little nervous about it, but hopefully you guys will be kind. My members can actually watch it right now. It is up for my members, so they can go check that out. So again, join my members, and then you get to see it early. That's why you want to join. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys the next time I see you, other than tomorrow with the video, will be Monday. I have a really fun anti-MLM video planned for you for that day. My members are going to get that. I'll probably put that out for my members tomorrow. So again, join my members so that you get all the stuff early. You get to watch it ad-free then, because I wait until my members watch it before I put the ads on. It's just better, okay? You don't need to go get an ad blocker. You know, I solve all the problems for you, and all of the most beautiful people are subscribed to me and members, I promise. Okay? So have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Bye! I promise I won't sing again, guys. I know. I'm lying. I have a bunch of anti-MLM songs coming, so stay tuned for those.